Good morning. Welcome to Yoga by Beka. Today is day 8 of our 30-day challenge of trying to do yoga every single morning. So when ready, get started by getting on your mat, warm up your wrists, grab your hands behind you and open up your shoulders. Place your hands on your knees and curve your back backwards. Then push your chest forwards a few times, opening up the chest and warming up the back. Swing your legs around and get into child's pose. Walk your hands in front of you and sort of rub your forehead left and right on the mat, feeling a little bit of a stretch in the left and right sides of your body. Tint your fingers and elongate your arms as long as possible and feel a deep stretch in your arms. Walk your hands over to the left side, feeling a deep stretch along the right side body. Walk your hands back to center. And now walk your hands over to the right side, feeling a lengthening and stretching in the left side body from your hand all the way down to your hip. Walk your hands back to center. Stretch. Sway your shoulders left and right slightly. When ready, transition forward and lower your body down, elbows under shoulders in Sphinx pose, kind of warming up your lower back. Shake the hips left and right. Slowly straighten the elbows, deepening the back bend, then lower down. Put your hands underneath you and push up into a plank and transition up and back into downward facing dog. Slowly curl forward and transition back into tabletop. Rock forward and back a few times. Do a few circles, first clockwise, then counterclockwise. Let's do a few cat-cow poses, pushing the ground away from you, arching the back towards the ceiling into cat. And then dipping the belly down, opening up the shoulders, lifting your head up into cow. Push your hips upwards and back into downward facing dog again. And pedal out your feet, kind of warming them up. Today's yoga is going to be a bit brisker in order to sort of get our heart rate up and to energize us to start our day. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet at the back of the mat. Let your feet be hip width apart and grab your elbows and just let your lower back release and hang over into forward fold into ragdoll, decompressing the spine. Slowly roll up into standing position, hands high in the sky. Look up, then swan dive down, forward fold. Lift up halfway with a flat back, and then melt back down into forward fold. Step back on your right foot, lowering the knee, lifting the arms high in the sky into low lunge. Pushing the hips forward, place your hands down beside the left extended leg. Extend the leg out straight, do a half split. Go back into plank pose and slowly lower down, chaturanga. Pull up into cobra and then curl back into downward facing dog again. Walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Slowly rise up, bend your knees deeply and lift up vertebrae by vertebrae, hands at heart center. Reach back up. Swan dive back down again. Breathe in, lift up halfway, flat back, melt back down into forward fold. Step back on your left leg. lowering down. Rise your hands up to the sky, pushing the hips forward. Now hands back down to the ground. Extend that right leg out straight. Bend over it into half split. Rebend it. Step back into plank, rock forward, lower down, chaturanga. Lift up into cobra. Tuck your chin and lift back and up with the hips into downward facing dog. Walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat again. Bend the knees generously and slowly rise up. Hands meet in the sky. Swan dive down, back into forward fold. Breathe in and lift up, halfway flat back. Melt back down into forward fold. Step the right knee back behind you. Lift the arms high up into lunge. Pushing the hips forward. Place the hands beside the left leg, extended out, foot flexed. Bend over it into your half split. Rebend it. Step it back to meet the other in plank. Rock forward slightly. Lower down, chaturanga. Pull up into upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck the chin and curl back into downward facing dog, lifting the hips back and up. Walk the feet forward. Forward fold. Bend the knees and slowly rise up. Arms high in the sky. Swan dive back down. Lift up halfway with a flat back. Then melt back down and lower again, stepping the left foot back. Rise the arms high in the sky into lunge, pushing those hips forward. Place the hands down by the front foot, extend that foot and straighten the leg. Bend over it into half split, stretching the hamstrings. Then lift up, place the feet back into plank, rock forward. Bend those elbows and slowly lower down into chaturanga. Then pull up into upward facing dog. Tuck the chin and curl your back and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Shake your legs side to side a bit. Lift the right leg high in the sky into three-legged dog. Pull it into the chest. And then step it down in between your hands, lifting the hands high in the sky into warrior one. Hips should be facing forward. Windmill your arms out. And now let's do warrior two. Bend forward slightly. Reach the palm up over the head. Left hand goes down to that back leg. Now switch directions and windmill to the other side. Left hand goes over the head. Right arm rests on the knee. Now step back into plank, rock forward slightly, lower down slowly, chaturanga, pull up into upward facing dog or cobra, tuck the chin, and then curl the back and lift the hips back into downward facing dog. Swish your hips left and right a little bit, twisting your feet, get a little movement. Now lift the left leg up high into three-legged dog. Bend that knee and pull it into your chest and then step it in between your hands. Flip your right leg to face the side, lift the arms up high, hips facing front into warrior one position. Windmill those arms open, left hand goes in front of you into warrior two position. Reach forward slightly and then pull that left hand up and over the head. Right hand slides down the back leg into reverse warrior. Windmill the other direction, lowering your left elbow on top of your left knee. Right arm goes overhead. Flip over into plank position, rock forward slightly, lower down chaturanga, lift up into upward facing dog or cobra, and then sit back into child's pose. Stay here for a few moments. Gently rock your forehead left and right against the mat. Pull yourself back up forward And pull your right leg in front of you, bending your knee into pigeon pose. Slowly lower your chest over that front bended knee. Then lift back up again. Reach behind you and catch your left foot into king pigeon pose. Take both hands behind you, arching the back, pulling that left foot a little bit closer to your hip. And then slowly release. Place the right foot behind you into plank position and slowly lower down into chaturanga. Pull up into cobra or upward facing dog. And now place your right foot and your right leg in front into pigeon pose. Foot flexed. Slowly lower your chest over that bent leg, opening the hip. Then lift up by straightening your arms. Reach behind you and catch that right foot and pull it in closer to your hip. Grab it with both hands now, opening up the chest, arching the back, feeling a deep stretch in your hips, as well as your shoulders and your chest. Slowly release. Get into crisscross applesauce and let's do some Sufi grinds. Just rocking around in a slow circle on your hips, your sits bones. Making full rotations, releasing any tensions or any soreness that might have accumulated in your back while sleeping or by life in general. I always have a very sore, painful lower back due to some just back damage from arthritis. So doing Sufi grinds and then rocking back and forth on your sits bones really helps release any tensions and pain that I feel. It's a great pain reliever for me. I hope it will be for you too if you suffer from the same issue. Lay down with your knees up in the air, feet on the mat, and knock your knees to the left and right, just windshield wipering them. Now, place your hands as close to your heels. Adjust yourselves to where your lower back is flush with the mat, and then lower your hips high towards the ceiling, lifting the shoulders and everything off the mat into bridge pose. Tighten your core, tighten your butt muscles, and just stay here trying to make a straight line from your legs down to your shoulders. Slowly release with your tailbone being the last to hit the mat. Pull your knees into your chest and hug them, rocking slightly left and right, giving yourself a back massage. Rock up and back and forth. This also can be a great back massager. Then fully come up and let's do boat position to sort of wake up our abdominals. Lift your legs off the mat to where they are parallel with the floor in the air. Hands out. Slowly straighten your legs. I like to visualize my body becomes a V. Using your abdominals to keep yourself up and then slowly lower down. Get comfortable on the mat. Take a few moments of rest, grounding your body, releasing the tensions. Take your right knee and squeeze it into your chest, hugging it. Extend the leg upwards and pull it towards you, giving it a good stretch. And then guide your knee over to the left side, crossing over the left leg, and extend your right arm out towards the side, getting a nice spinal twist. Pull that knee back up to center and release it down. Pull the left knee into your chest and really pull it in, feeling a stretch in the lower spine. Extend the leg out. point and flex. On this side of my body, I tend to do a little bit of extra left and right rotations due to an old injury, but it's yogi's choice how you want to stretch your leg. Pull that knee and guide it over your right leg, over to the right side. Extend your left arm out, looking over at your left arm, getting a nice spinal twist. Place your legs back into center, into butterfly pose, but your body is laying down. When ready, walk your trunk of your body up into a sitting position, and let's do some butterfly bounces. Make a little bit more room and bend your body over to meet your feet, getting a nice stretch in your groin muscles and your inner thighs. Slowly lift up with a straight spine, cross your legs, and let's take this time to meditate. Focus on the breath entering and exiting your nose. Let your back be erect and the crown of your head tall. Empty your mind and relax the top of your head, your eyelids, your cheeks. Feel the relaxation dripping down your shoulders, down the spine. Feel the trust in the earth and the mat in supporting your body up. Congratulate yourself for taking this time out in your busy day in the morning to do some self-care and reflection. Focus on what you have an intention for the day. Think of all of the things that you don't want to do and change your mindset into doing them first. And instead of thinking, I have to do these things, instead think, I get to do these things. Go forward in your day and try to make yourself perform better than you did yesterday. If you got any benefit from doing yoga along with me, I hope you'll subscribe and drop a comment, and we can partner together in learning yoga.